welcome to the Forrin Podcast, the podcast for foreigners of every flavour. I'm Mike Bowden, and I'm recording this in Odense, Denmark. And you are?
I am Patrick Garrett, and I'm recording this in Montpellier in France.
Fantastic. This week, Pat, it's it's Christmas.
Oh my God!
And this one,
ding dong merrily on bloody high.
Yeah, well, that's what do the French say? I gotcha.
Think about that then. Let's think. Bon fête.
That's it. There's no ding dong merrily
pretty
on high.
Much,
it's just bon fête.
Bon fête, bon Noël. That's pretty much it. I don't think there's much ding donging.
Right. Well, this week, you know, there's no news as it's Christmas, so there's basically peace on earth, and there's no discrimination. No one's feeling out of place. It's just one holistic mass
That's amazing.
Of joy, of Christmas joy.
I believe that this episode is being broadcast, Mike, on Christmas Day.
It is, yeah. When you listen to this, if you listen to this on the 25th, but maybe it'd be a good idea to say, the podcast is here, and I can get away from my family for half an hour.
That's it. That's it.
And hide in the broom cupboard.
Shove in those new earpods.
That's exactly.
Go and sit in the garden. Here we are. We're there for you. It's a Christmas pattern, Mike.
Yeah, and obviously, Merry Christmas to our listener and
and his dog.
Yes, and we really appreciate you. We appreciate you downloading the podcast every week. Thanks for that. And but this week, I think as it's Christmas, I don't know if I mentioned that already, but as it is Christmas, I think we should maybe talk about Christmas in Denmark, Christmas in France, and perhaps does Christmas mean anything at all to you? I can probably guess, but I think you should tell us anyway. Are there any things that maybe we do that we've kind of borrowed or from the culture that we have been exposed to for the best part of a few years? That's the running order.
Okay, I'll start, Mike.
I'm going to
start talking about Christmas.
Excellent.
And, basically, what we do for Christmas, we celebrate Christmas on the 25th. I believe that you've turned your back on the grand tradition of the 25th, Mike.
I have, mate. Yeah, I have turned my back on it.
And we still do it on
Fuck
the 25th.
The 25th, Pat.
Merry Christmas.
I hate it.
Yeah, I kind of hate it too, but I also kind of like it. I do. I have a bit of a sort of like love-hate relationship with Christmas, but
yeah. Well, let's talk about the love. As it's Christmas, should we talk about the love part?
We should. We do have Christmas. Like, we have a Christmas tree, and like we put like sprinkly shit on it, and we put presents underneath it and all that.
Okay.
And like on a Christmas Day, we all sit around, the table and have the food and all that shit. Like, we do actually do Christmas, so I think it is a pretty important deal in our house. But I think the way we celebrate it is the way that basically Fiona and I celebrated it when we were children. Basically,
right.
We just had a tree with decorations on it on Christmas morning on the 25th, Mike. 25th,
yeah.
Christmas Day, the holiest of all the days.
Yeah.
Like, we used to get up in the morning
Jesus.
And open the presents, eat the turkey. We don't have turkey now. I don't know if I told you, but I'm vegan, Mike.
No, no, you've never mentioned it.
And then in the afternoon, we kind of put the metaphorical Bond on the telly and pass out. That's pretty much Christmas. I see that as being a typically British Christmas.
Yeah,
from
it
what
is.
I remember. Yeah,
you're flying the flag, whether you like it or not, but you are flying the flag.
So how does it all happen in Denmark, Mike?
Well, it happens. It's a bit radical in Denmark because they as a country have turned their back on the 25th, which is and Christmas happens on the 24th in the evening.
My God.
Yeah. because it's so holy, I think the 25th. Well, because the 24th is not Christmas Eve, it's actually called Christmas night.
Okay.
And then on the 25th is the first day of Christmas.
Okay.
And the 26th, is the second day of Christmas. So on Christmas night, it's traditional that kids are going kind of crazy, obviously all day, because they know that in the evening they're going to get some presents. So to placate them, you usually give them a couple of gifts, smaller ones, from people you don't like, and just to sort of shut them up a bit. And
Merry Christmas.
The Merry Christmas. This is from your uncle we never speak to. And and you have this big sort of Christmas dinner with it's very different. It's roast duck, and you've got these sugared kind of red cabbage that kind of ferments all day in sort of Ribena, and stuff like that. Gets really sort of sweet and red.
What? Did you just say that you've got like red cabbage fermenting in Ribena?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. And
not like actual Ribena.
Actual Ribena, and then you put cinnamon sticks in it, and starny, and maybe some orange rind or something. Yeah, that tastes great. And then there's also you get these either really tiny, small new potatoes, or if you're going to cut corners, you just get those jars of potatoes.
Okay.
And what you do, then you get a frying pan and you chuck loads of sugar and loads of butter on it and make a sort of caramelize it. And then you chuck those potatoes in it and you caramelize these sort of brown potatoes, become brown potatoes, and you caramelize them. And then you've got some, then you have an apple, a peeled apple that's halved, cored and halved. And then there's some kind of sort of a jam thing in the center of the apple, and then there's some sort of a crescent, as Alan Partridge would say, a crescent of crisps on the just sort of in the oven, these sort of warmed, ready salted crisps, and obviously loads of gravy, and and it tastes delicious.
Yeah, that sounds splendid. I'm pretty keen on experiencing the Vimto cabbage.
Yeah, Vimto cabbage, yeah.
That sounds phenomenal.
And then there's sort of a kind of a rice pudding, but it's rice pudding made with cream and milk and sort of shaved almonds, or almonds kind of splintered almonds. And there's and what you do is you put one whole almond in it, and then you serve it with warm cherry sauce.
Okay.
And the person who has the bowl with the whole almond in it, there's something called an almond present. And then you get the almond, whoever has that in it, you get, But because people are so soft these days, they usually just put a whole almond in every one of the kids' bowls so they get one. Where, I think learning disappointment from a young age is healthy, but not in this country. No, but yeah, and there's an almond present. And then, see, Pat, then you sort of clear up after dinner, and there's a Christmas tree with the presents under it. And then the whole family stands around and holds hands, and you go around the tree and singing maybe 2 or 3 Christmas carols.
Okay.
And then the last Christmas carol kind of, it's not really a carol. The last kind of Christmas rhyme you sing, you start slow and you just say the same thing, and it goes faster and faster, and then you have to go faster and faster. And then in the end, everyone's kind of in a chain running around the house. Obviously, if you've got family or friends over, then you've got this like chain of 12 people running around the house saying this sort of rhyme or this lyric over and over again as fast as they can. And everyone falls down laughing. And then you open your presents on the 24th. And usually, again, I don't know, I've experienced some Christmases on the 25th where everyone just opens their presents all at once. But in Denmark, usually one person will go and under the tree, pull out a present. Let's say it's for you, Pat. You will open the present. We'll all look at it and go, whoa. And then you'll get up and then you'll go choose a present and then you'll give it to the next person. And that can take a couple of hours.
Yeah.
And, And that is Christmas. That is Danish Christmas. That's
I'm
what happens.
completely dumbfounded. I had no idea that there were Danish people like running around in chains in their houses.
Yeah. Not in chains. You know what I mean? Like holding hands. Yeah, but
I understand.
It'd be quite funny if they were in chains, though. But you have to quite literally link yourself to one another. No, but yeah, and it's really, really, really. I don't know. It's a great that great Danish word that there's been written English books about. It's hyggeligt, Pat. It's hygge.
Okay.
It's and it's really sort of nice, cozy, and fun. And I like it so much. I sort of dropped the idea of the 25th. Really.
Okay, that's fair enough.
Yeah,
sounds pretty good.
I prefer celebrating Christmas that way. I just think the food's nicer.
Yeah.
I mean, Brussels sprouts. Come on, no one can like them.
I like Brussels sprouts, Mike. I do admit.
Seriously,
like, honestly, I
like
do
actual,
like Brussels sprouts.
No,
I do like
not
them.
With not
like
caramelized them. Or anything. You can just eat
No,
Brussels sprouts.
we literally eat them. Yeah. We actually eat those bitter little suckers.
Yeah. I mean, they are really bitter.
No, we always have them for Christmas. That's what I mean. It's just like everything we've done because no one that lives here basically grew up in France. Like obviously our kids grew up with us, and Fiona and I both grew up in England. So that we just do exactly what we always did. I have absolutely no idea, like what it would be like in a French person's house at Christmas.
Seriously,
I've never done that. No.
No, but I mean, you must have watched a television program that's French and seen people sit down to dinner.
Yeah, it's the same. There's no. I don't think there's any like grand ceremony. If you're French and listening to this and want to claim otherwise, then send me an email or send us an email.
Yeah, forrinpodcast@gmail.com.
Forrinpodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah, go on. Sorry.
As far as I'm aware, it's pretty much exactly the same shit.
So it's turkey as well.
Yeah, they have capon, which is a castrated rooster.
Huh.
So it's but they sell turkeys as well. Honestly, I think it's pretty similar to Britain, from what I can gather. But as I said, I wouldn't know because I've never spent Christmas in a French person's house.
But there's nothing sort of that you've experienced.
They're selling fucking like pine trees on every corner. Do you know what I mean? Father Christmas is wearing red and white. Like, Christmas happens. I think some people do celebrate it on the 24th, but I think it's more up north again. Like I may be. It's unbelievably. I know absolutely nothing about.
It's great to see you've done your homework for this episode, Pat.
But like on the 25th, like everything shuts down again. There's nothing unique about it. Like when we lived up in near Strasbourg on the 6th of December, there was like St. Nick came to the town and they sort of like went, there was this is real, right? There's a story about like St. Nick and the murdering someone, and there's a guy with a whip. Yeah. It's all basically the devil comes to town or whatever, and I think St. Nick drives him out. But this was basically what it amounted to was just like people in suits throwing sweets from a balcony, as far as I could see. And then, like, sort of through the streets, there was basically a riot as they sort of like drove down the street in their motorized sleigh, just like throwing sweets, just sort of showering them from buckets like all over the street. And they only did it once, and after that, they had to do more measured like sweet distribution because I think it was effectively dangerous. But as far as I've seen in the last 14 years, apart from the odd sort of like local tradition, it's exactly the same. On like, on December the 25th, everything is it's just like someone flicks a switch, and then we all go into a coma for a couple of days, and then we all walk around Montpellier looking a bit stunned.
But you've got like quite close to you. We've spoken about it before. There's this sort of Arab community.
Yeah.
And are they not because in Denmark there are some sort of maybe sort of what we would call a corner shop. They would actually be open because they don't celebrate Christmas. So
I think on. Do you know what? I honestly don't know because like I never leave the house, obviously, so like it's I mean I don't. I'm not sure. Maybe some of the shops would be open, like down there. Maybe not. I honestly don't know.
Well, now you've got some homework for next.
Yeah, that's it. On Christmas Day, I'll go for it. I'll go for an actual walk.
Yeah,
go and see what's going on.
Yeah, have a look, see if stuff like that's open. Yeah. Okay, so there's no tradition at all. Nothing you've seen in France. Nothing you've seen or heard anyone do that you thought, oh, that's a good idea.
No. Or different. It's basically just a day off. Well,
that was that episode of the Forrin Podcast. Thanks for tuning in. We should have started with a news story about immigration or something, Pat. That's it. Yeah. But do you think, though, that for a lot of what I think, I can ask you, you can comment. Well, I can say what I think, you can comment on it. But I think it's especially times like Christmas is maybe where people kind of feel most sort of connected to their background and therefore maybe perhaps their nationality. Yeah. Do you think that could be like upholding, the English Christmas tradition? I know maybe not for you personally, but I think
it was a lot more important for Fiona than it ever was for me. As far as I was concerned, obviously. Like when I was a kid, I grew up in North Wales, and like every year, like my grandma would come to for Christmas. So it was just it was my parents, me and my sister, and my grandmother.
Yeah,
and we did exactly the same thing every single year. Like I mean, we would have, it ran to a clock. Kind of thing, you know what I mean? And it was like, we sort of like get up in the morning, like, do the presents. We'd have, sort of, we used to have like Bucks Fizz and like scrambled eggs and stuff for breakfast. I remember my mum used to cook like eggs and we used to drink like champagne and orange juice and stuff like that. Yeah. And then for like, for lunch, we always used to have meats of some description, do you know what I mean? It was just like normally sometimes turkey and sometimes we used to have chicken a lot. And like in the afternoon, I mean, when I was like a lot younger, we wouldn't watch TV. We'd sort of do something together, play a game. We used to do things like that. And then like, as sort of like time went on, we just like, watch TV or whatever. And so like, that's pretty much like what it means to me. Like we still like, we still have a tree, like, which is, I just seriously, I mean.
Just for the record, Pat's eyes are watering up right now.
Why do you have a tree in the house, like a real tree?
Because this year I'm actually going to London to have a real Christmas on the 25th, a real one, God. a real proper British Christmas with turkey. So it's my year with the kids. I don't know if I mentioned it, but I'm divorced. So yeah, we swap every other year, Christmas and New Year. So if the kids were at home with me in Denmark, I would have gone out and bought a real tree, and screw the environment. And I would have bought it, and we would have done the whole thing. When the kids were smaller and didn't eat that much, I just used to buy some sort of duck breasts and sort of cut them up and stuff. But we would have done the whole thing. But this year I haven't got a tree because, we're going to England from on the 22nd to the 26th, and then they'll go to their mum's until pretty much New Year. So there's no real point in. Right. I'm not the only house on the street that's dark. Everyone's got these Christmas lights hanging up outside. And then there's just this sort of darkness. The Grinch of Odense. But the kids aren't here.
You should just get yourself a fucking like massive blow up Christmas tree, like, like full of white lights and, like red spinning things or whatever, and just like stick it outside your house. Then you'd be loads happier, and nobody would think like, "There's the Grinch of Christmas."
And red and white is the Danish flag colours as well. So it'll just be,
my life.
you know what I mean? Yeah, there won't be a
Blow
dry
up
eye in the
reindeer?
house.
I don't
That's
know.
it, yeah.
That's it.
But so I think that for me, I feel that a lot of people make the same joke that you did at the start, at the top of the show, when you said that I sort of you turned your back on the 25th. You know, my brother keeps on calling me like, you know, a London boy gone wrong or something. And,
oh my God.
Because I don't sort of, And when I speak to
didn't you tell me like there was something to do with shoes? You put shoes out or something like that, or is that in Germany? Was it you? It may have been Fiona that told me. I think on the 6th or whatever, when St. Nick comes, I think you put your shoes outside and he leaves a present in your shoe or something. It's just like a pre-Christmas sweetener, basically.
Oh, well, in Denmark, the whole kind of Father Christmas thing. Again, you can either get if there are any children listening, Father Christmas is real, or just put your hands over your ears. But you usually can get a family member or maybe even a neighbour, and they'll dress up as Father Christmas. And what they'll do is it actually could be quite scary, but you kind of prepare the kids for it. They'll start banging. They'll start banging on the windows and the doors.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's Father Christmas here, Father Christmas here. And then they'll come in, with the costume and then hand out a couple of presents to small kids who are sort of crying, half in fear. And,
I gotta say, it's not the police. It's okay.
Yeah, it's it. And so that's how that kind of Father Christmas turning up, that's how that's dealt with, Okay.
Because
I always thought it was a bit sort of, you go to sleep and the whole magic, happens, he's been there. But no, in Denmark, you'll get someone to dress up, or when the kids are small, the dad will just sort of disappear for a bit and, and just, dress up as Father Christmas. So it's all pretty cool. I mean, I like it.
It sounds like it's all happening in Denmark.
It is.
I mean,
you need to come for Christmas, and we'll just
definitely.
Yeah.
That sounds like a good time, Mike. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm pretty sure. French Christmas is just this sort of like collective like groan of relief. Do you know what I mean? And then everyone just goes and hides for like as long as possible. That is pretty much what happens. I'm not sure there's seriously. I really hope I'm wrong. I really hope that it's all like behind the doors of like loads of people. They're all doing like just really complicated Christmas traditions. Do you know what I mean?
With fantastic wine. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure they're not.
It's quite weird though, because the French is an even prouder food. Probably the proudest food tradition you can get, and that they just sort of have turkey and roast potatoes and gravy.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I may be well wrong about that, and it probably does differ from like fucking region to region. Have you ever heard of the? What's it called? I don't know if you do this in Denmark on Epiphany, which I think is the 6th of January.
Right. Wow. Okay.
They have the galette des rois, the sort of the cake of the kings.
Okay.
Which is it's something to do with like Catholicism or whatnot. And it sounds similar to the almond shit that you were describing before. There's a thing in it called a fev, which is like it's like a little metal toy, like or a little porcelain figurine. Sometimes you get them, with like porcelain figures of Asterix in them or whatever. Like really small though, like maybe sort of 1.5 centimeters, something like that. And the idea is that you want to be the king. So, basically the whole thing gets cut up, but there's one fev in it. And, whoever nearly breaks their teeth on the little toy is the king of the galette des rois or whatever. And you normally get one cake per table. And I'm just using that as an example of like an actual sort of like food thing that I do know about.
Right,
but that happened, and when it did happen, I was just like, "What the fuck is that?" I've never ever even heard of la galette des rois. Do you know what I mean? With its fucking fev in it.
And have you not participated in it? Have you not done it yourself?
I have. I think once or twice. I think I got the fev once, and obviously that was just amazing. Apparently. So
Right.
There you go.
Fantastic.
Yeah, but they in terms of actual sort of like Christmas stuff. I don't think there's a sort of like a festive Christmas cake with a toy in it. Or do you know what I mean? It's just everything I see on TV. It's just like crackers and meat and gravy and shut up and go to sleep. I'm pretty sure that's what happens.
Anyway, I still think that that these kind of Christmas traditions are kind of that are maybe exclusive to certain nations, or at least, as you said, go all the way back to childhood. They're the kind of things I think that maybe a lot of people attach sort of their cultural identity to.
Yeah, maybe.
And the idea of, I was speaking to someone the other day who showed me that they bought in Denmark. They're English. She's English, and she's got a box of Paxo stuffing.
Okay.
And there's this kind of, that's the real deal, the real kind of Christmas.
The memories.
The memories, but also keeping up the kind of the traditions. And, her husband's Danish, so her kids are also Danish. But, doing it sort of properly.
I understand, yeah. I mean, honestly, the only reason like we do it properly in inverted commas here is because the kids insist on it. If it weren't for them, like, I'd just be like, barring the door like for like 3 days, and that would be the end of me. Do you know what I mean? It's just like I don't
waiting for Santa on the roof with a shotgun.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Bring it on.
Standing
Santa.
there with my mince pies. Yeah.
That's it.
But yeah, like we have to have a tree because the kids are just like, when are we getting the tree?
Yeah.
I'm just like, well, I don't really want to say to them, sorry if you ever listen to this in the future, kids, but
Daddy
we shouldn't
give a fuck.
Yeah, that's it. We shouldn't have a tree. We shouldn't do that. Come on, let's be the forerunners of the revolution and stop buying trees every year. You know what I mean?
Yeah, kids are they are very, very conservative creatures. They love.
They're pretty keen on Christmas, Mike. I tell you that.
Yeah, also that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, they love the Christmas shit. They go pretty bonkers even now. Like my daughter's 17 and the boys are 14. And Christmas morning is a time of high intensity, Mike.
In the Garrett household.
This is it. I'd expect it to be that way this year. There are high expectations. You know what I mean?
So what do you want for Christmas, Pat? Apart from peace on earth and goodwill to all men, what is it you want for Christmas?
I think I'm gonna get a shotgun mic for my camera. That's what I want for because I'm a student. I'm doing a creative masters in sort of like in fiction. So I have to make films and write things and so forth. So I could.
What
do
is a
with
shotgun for a camera? What is that?
A shotgun mic is it's a microphone that sits on top of it, and it's an external microphone.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Just for better sound. And I thought that's a relatively low cost item that is easily buyable.
Yeah.
I just thought that fits in with it, and I need it. You see, So I thought that would be a good present for me to have for Christmas. So what are you getting? Do you know?
What am I getting?
Remember this is on Christmas Day, Mike. The presents are already open. The excitement is diminishing.
There's you can probably already hear in the distance the violins playing, Pat. I usually don't get anything at all.
Oh my God!
So,
Mike, fucking hell, right? Next year I'm gonna send you a Christmas present. Well, they don't give you fuck off. They don't give you a Christmas present.
4 kids and single, we don't get a present. No, I mean I usually get some money from my mum and dad, and
Okay.
And I think maybe this year, as my oldest is 17, that this is maybe the first, because he actually bought me a birthday present for, I think, the first time ever.
Oh my God.
So I'm actually going to, I mean, usually his mum would have bought a present from them for me, sort of thing. But so now I'll get I'll get a present for my kids. I've got no idea what it is. And yeah. And this year, as I'm going to, as I said, going to London on this Friday, the 22nd. And on the 23rd, I'm going to see a Premier League football match, Pat.
Oh,
Tottenham versus Everton.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
The Toffees.
Yeah, the Toffees.
I hope you destroy them, Mike, honestly.
Yeah, so do I, because it will kind of ruin Christmas if if it doesn't happen, if we lose. But and my dad has said has got me my Spurs ticket.
Nice.
So that's a great present. Yeah.
That sounds like a pretty good Christmas, Mike. I'm
not complaining at all. But just when you see your kids open 15 and you get 2, it's it's like, come on. Kids just think, oh, it's all about them Christmas. It's not. It's about me.
Everyone, Mike.
It's about everyone. Everyone showing their love.
Everyone together receiving presents.
Right. Well, if we kind of wrap it up, Pat.
Yeah, let's do it.
Just by sort of saying that next year, we wish everyone, obviously, a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And we've got some sort of ideas for New Year that we won't reveal now, but should hopefully mix things up a little bit.
Exciting, Mike.
Yeah, there'll be more me, maybe more you, but there will be more me. I don't know if that's going to. I don't know if that's going to go down. How that's going to go down. But yeah, we're looking forward to the new year, and making more episodes because we're never going to stop.
Literally never.
Literally never going to stop.
Unstoppable.
Yeah,
is what we are.
But But yeah, Merry Christmas, everyone, and Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas.
And
Happy New Year.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.